Okay, hi. Today we're going to talk about the psychology of selling, right? Getting on a sales call and making a sale. It's all about psychology, right? Now, we're going to talk about a couple of things today in today's video. And one of the things we're going to talk about is the fact that selling is human psychology, right? So there is actually a thinking pattern to selling. If you're going to sell anything whatsoever, there has to be a line of thought in your mind when it comes to selling. Okay. Now there's no way you would sell a thing without thinking like a buyer. That's first and most important thing, right? The way every seller should think is to first think like a buyer, right? Now, what does the buyer think about? The buyer's first line of thought is that you're trying to sell me something and I'm going to resist it, right? So you need to understand the buyer's line of thought. And in the end, you are not trying to sell the thing because you know that's the buyer's line of thought. So in the end, you are not trying to sell the thing. Rather, you are trying to disqualify the prospect, sort of, right? Now, there is a way you should think as a seller, and that thought pattern that you think you used to think as a seller is what motivates the buyer to buy. Okay, so you are not thinking in the line of wanting to make a sale. That's not what you're thinking about. Now, what your thought is basically centered towards or geared towards is trying to help, right? You are trying to help the prospect, you are trying to help the buyer, and in wanting to help, you are not looking for a sale, you are looking to find a solution for the buyer. Now, when you are doing that, you are also looking for the benefits of the product, right? It's important to look for the benefits of the product. Now, it's important to look for the benefits of the product, but in the end, what you are selling are not the benefits of the product. You are basically selling the benefits to the buyer, So you are not looking to the buyer to make a purchase in quote, right? But you are looking to the buyer to have certain understanding of what benefits the buyer is looking for. So the buyer is looking for benefits A, B, and Z. For instance, the buyer wants to be able to um walk his daughter down the aisle when she's getting married, right? That's the benefit. Now, you are not going to talk about the fact that your products will make you slim down, your products will make the person slim down or something, right? You are basically going to talk about the benefits the buyer wants, which is to walk his daughter down the aisle. That's what matters to them the most. So you are not looking for the benefits of the products, you are looking for the benefits for the buyer, right? In fact, you are not even talking about the products at all. We are not talking about the product as well because a sale is basically centered on the buyer. So you are not looking for what solutions your product will offer. No, but rather you're looking for what solutions the buyer wants, right? What the product will do for the buyer is not as important as what the buyer wants. So if the buyer has desires, if the buyer has um gratifications that he wants. A buyer has, some things that he wants to achieve. You are not going to be talking about the things that your product will do for the buyer. No, you're going to talk about what benefits the buyer wants. So if the buyer wants A, B, C. For instance, the buyer wants to walk his daughter down the aisle. You know, the drive is to be there for the daughter on the day of the wedding. So that drive is what you're going to be talking about. Now, you're going to talk about the drive because you want to know why. And it's in the process of knowing the why that the buyer begins to sell himself to you. So you are not talking about you. You are not talking about your products. You are not talking about the offer. The central theme of the entire conversation is the buyer, not you. Attention is always and only must be on the prospect. Attention is always and only must be on the buyer, not you, not your product, not your offer, not your company, but the buyer and his problems. So the moment you can dig deep to know what the buyer's problems are, then you are very much on your way to solving the buyer's problems, right? So you are out of the picture completely, okay? You will focus on helping to solve the buyer's problems right there on the call. So the buyer has problems, you are right there on the call, focusing on solving all the buyer's problems. everything, the ones you can solve theoretically, right? You are so willing to solve the buyer's problems that the buyer begins to think of you as a good person. Of course, you must be a good person, right? Because you need to be a good person to sell, right? It's not about manipulation now, it's about wanting to help like a detective. So if you do all this, your good deed of wanting to help the buyer solve the problems theoretically, right, on the sales call will lead to the buyer wanting to return your good deed, and that will end up being a sale. Okay, so you can do this and you will get a truckload of sales, more sales that you can handle, because you are in the end looking to help. And because you are looking to help, the prospect is also looking to give you, to repay you for wanting to help. That's the way humans are generally. And because you have helped theoretically, there's a practical side to the help that the buyer will not be able to get unless he gets to purchase what you have for sale. I hope this helps you, right? My name is Yemi Badmos. I create content like this almost every day, most times every day, but almost every day, right? So if you want to learn more about sales content like this, right, what you need to do is just subscribe, right, to this video right now. Subscribe to this channel right now and like this video. Okay, subscribe to this channel and like this video. And you can go into the comments and tell me what you like about this video. The moment you tell me what you like about this video and what you don't like about this video, or what you also want to learn from sales, I can create videos around these things so that you will be satisfied from watching this YouTube channel. All right, cheers. I hope you enjoyed the next video I put up. Thank you.